Okay, my darlings, I have a very impromptu video. Wasn't planning on filming, but the the Goodreads Choice Awards for 2025 have just been released. So I thought I would look at the nominees in real time, see what I've read, what I haven't yet read, and then I might do a little bit of a voting system on what you would like to see me read before the winners are announced. So let's go. Without much further ado, let's go. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see. Okay, vote in the opening round. Let's go. So we've got fiction. Let's have a look what I've read. I've read Wild Dark Shore, which was a 5-star. I have DNF the Names. It was just too heavy on the domestic abuse, but it was a very well done book. I just couldn't stomach it. I haven't read many of these. I read My Friends, did not like that. That's it. The only other one that I still have on my TBR is Sonia and Sunny. I have no idea what the others are. I'm voting for Wild Dark Shore because that was a 5-star read. All right, so what's next? Historical fiction. I don't predict. I've read many of these. Let's have a look. Atmosphere, I DNF'd. The Hounding, I also DNF'd. I read a decent amount. I think I read like 75% of that one. Or did I read it in full? No, I think I DNF'd it. I think I then read the ending just to see how it ended. I don't think haven't read any of those. Not surprised, because historical fiction, unless it's romance, is not really my thing. All right, we've got mystery and thriller. I read Beautiful Ugly. It was average. Not Quite Dead Yet is on my TBR. I wanted to check it out. I have not read any of those. I could vote for Beautiful Ugly. I'm not going to. That's a 3-star book. I don't see the point in voting for anything that's less than a 4-star for me. Okay, romance. Let's see. Great Big Beautiful Life, DNF. What else we got? The Favorites, DNF'd. If It Makes You Happy, DNF'd. Anything else that I read? First Time Caller, I DNF'd. Say You Remember Me by Abby Jimenez was a 5-star read for me. I just am a Jimenez stan and I loved it. One Golden Summer is on my want to read, and that's it from this category. So I'm voting for Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Romantasy, I predict I've read a decent amount. Shield of Sparrows, DNF'd. Silver Elite, DNF'd. The Compendium of Lost Tales, Emily Wilde, I read, it was average. Songbird of Heart and Stone, I read, it was average. Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy, I love that was a 4.75. Wild Reverence, DNF'd. Enchantra didn't read. I read the original though. Rose in Chains, DNF'd. Night on the Moth, I also enjoyed. Accomplice to the Villain, no. Alchemized, I DNF'd. Diebound, I DNF'd. So I actually haven't read a lot of these, but I've picked them up. Voting for Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. Fantasy, I bet I have fucking read most of these. That's all I'm saying. Come on, seriously. Raven Scholar, 5-star. Jesus! Thief of Night by Holly Black, I've got coming into the library. Bury Our Bones, DNF'd. Watermoon was so average. The Incandescent, I DNF'd. Catabasis was also another great read. River Has Roots was okay. Hemlock and Silver, DNF'd. The Everlasting was also a 5-star. Devils was also a 5-star. This is going to be tough for me. Drop of Corruption, didn't read. Oh my God. So I've got, look, I'm not going to give it to the Devils. I got the Everlasting, Raven Scholar. Look, I had more fun with the Raven Scholar. I'm going for Raven Scholar. This is not based on who did the better writing or better story. It was just my emotional enjoyment of the book. I'm surprised there's so many I haven't read from the fantasy. That's crazy. Sci-fi, I should have read some. DNF The Compound. Automatic Noodle, a DNF. Dream Hotel. Look, yeah, I've sampled a lot of these books. Just didn't read them in full. Same as The Poppy Fields. What else did I DNF? The Merge is on my want to read. So is The Once and Future Me. Of Monsters and Mainframes, I rated like a 3, I think. And The Memory Collectors is on my list. Any of these that I've read in full, the only one that I've read in full is The Monsters and Mainframes. I'm not voting for it. Ooh, okay. What else have we got? Horror, Play Nice, DNF'd. You Weren't Meant to Be Human, DNF'd. Blood on Her Tongue was good. Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, DNF'd. Hungerstone, mid. Immaculate Conception, also good. We Love You Bunny, fucking hated that. Coffin Moon on my TBR, Buffalo Hunter, I've DNF'd. What Hunger, I'm literally picking it up from the library tomorrow. Lucky Day, also on my TBR. The Lamb, I thought it was okay. Breathe In, Bleed Out on my TBR. The Bewitching, DNF'd. Bat Eater was decent. When the Wolf Comes Home was good. Okay, so turns out I've read more horror. That's nuts. Horror has just come out like a dark horse. I think my highest rated book is Immaculate Conception. Yeah, I'm voting for Immaculate Conception. That was almost 5 stars for me. All right, debut novel. Let's see what's here. Okay. Merge is on my TBRs, I've already said. What? Nothing. Just the names, which I DNF'd because it was too full on, but like I said, it was written well. Let's try audiobook. Audiobook. Did I listen to any of these? No, I didn't listen to any of those, so not voting. YA, let's see how many YA. Mortal Consequences I DNF'd. The Rose Bargain I DNF'd. Hazelthorn I read, was mid. Sunrise on the Reaping I read, was good. Rebel, which no. Infinite Fates I DNF'd. All right, look, I'm voting for Sunrise on the Reaping. It was good and I enjoyed it. YA, regular YA, I don't think I'll have read any of these. Having a looky-loo. Nope, haven't read any of them. No clue. Non-fic, come on, something. Okay, Serviceberry was good. The New Age of Sexism is on my TBR. Everything is Tuberculous is also good. That's probably my favorite so far. All right, I'm voting for The Tuberculosis because that was my highest rated read. Memoir, I'm guessing nothing. I don't think I've read any memoirs this year. Oh, I did start reading Careless People. DNF'd it because I didn't want to hear about rich people. Share, I read Share in full and that was decent. All right, I'm voting for Share because I did read that and I liked it. History and biography, I'm expecting 0 for 0 on this one. This is a category I almost never ever read from. I say I read from every genre. It's not true, almost never. No, nothing. Okay, you know what? I'm going to write down some of the books that are still on my TBR that I haven't read in these categories. I am very surprised with fantasy how little I have read. I've read 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm back. I had to go and do the school run. I'm very surprised that I have read or even just sampled so few of these, because if you watch my channel, you know that I read and pick up a lot of books, and I have read in full over 500. And so the fact that the most I've got in any category was horror. Horror was 12 out of 20. And then fantasy and romantasy were the next two biggest categories for me with 9 each. So yeah, I'm quite surprised that majority of these I haven't read. Obviously anything that's published October, November, I'm not going to get my hands on in time because I'm a library reader. And by the time the libraries get the books and process them and dole them out, I won't get them in time. Blue, please don't jump. She's going to, so I'm preparing myself. So yeah, the fact with the lit fic too, the fiction, I've read so little, and lit fic is one of my biggest categories as well. I'm surprised. A lot of these, like I said, I haven't even heard of. I've not seen anybody. Okay, The Girls Who Grew Big, I have. The Emperor of Gladness, everyone that I know that has read that has not been impressed, unfortunately, even the Ocean Vuong fans. Then there's someone on there that has problematic views. Yeah, very, like I said, very odd. I'm normally not surprised. Look, it's good. It is Goodreads. Who knows how they decide which books deserve to be on their list and which do not. I was going to think about, I'll try and read some more. I am going to be reading Thief of Night and What Hunger. Controversial opinion, I don't think sequels or the third or fourth, fifth books should be included in this. I think it should just be the first installments or singular books, not the sequels and what have you, I think. Or there should be a category. Category, best sequels. Maybe put it in there. you know, instead of taking up space in that category when there's just so few spaces. So for me, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read What Hunger and The Thief of Night, because the next round of voting is only in 2 weeks. So I'll wait until the winners are announced, and then I'll read the winners. If whatever I haven't read from the winners, I'll read those and I'll tell you, do I think it's a fantastic book that is worthy of a win? I'm highly aware that this is a popularity game and that people will vote for books they haven't even read just because it's an author that they like, or they'll vote for whatever book they have read, even if they gave it a 2 or a 3. Like, yeah, for me, I have to have rated it a 4 or higher for me to vote for it. Like, it was hard in the fantasy section on which to vote for because I had multiple 5 stars. But yeah, I'm surprised at how much obviously I have in the horror category. That I think it's coming for fantasy. I think horror is going to be my new most read genre, surprisingly. But yeah, because almost all of them I also want to read. So out of the 8 I haven't read, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 that I don't want to read. So yeah, that's I guess that's my new biggest category. But we'll see how we go. This is just a little itty bitty mini video just to give my reaction to the nominees and to tell you some of the books that I voted for. And we'll see who the winners are, and I'll do a Goodreads winners reading vlog and see if they're worthy champions. Until next time, stay wild, Star Child.